Welcome to Moms in Business. We are so glad to have you here today. We hope that this podcast motivates, supports you, and creates an outlet, a space for moms in business of all fashions to come and just enjoy one another's presence, vent a little bit, laugh a little bit, and just take some of the stress and pressure off of being a mom in business. First things first, we should introduce ourselves and we should tell everybody who's listening exactly who we are, how we got in the business. You go first.
All right, I'm Jade. I consider myself the old mom of the two. So I am 38, mom of 3. I have Reese is 4, Reagan is 2, and Mac is 10 months. So I am in the high weeds, as we say it. And I've been in real estate since 2012. So, yeah.
Awesome. I am Allison. I am a mom of 1. He's almost 7 months old now. He's great.
The young mom.
I guess I'm the young mom. It's not fair. We didn't choose the year we were born. So I got into business, into real estate specifically, thanks to my mother-in-law. She's been in real estate forever. She was like, "You'd be great at it." Thanks, Debbie. Then I joined the team in 2019, end of 2019, and been here ever since.
And they have no idea what the team is. So we both work together. We are on the Caldwell group at eXp Realty. So we work together closely in our office. It's just we're in right now.
Yeah. So we're going to get right into the true episode number 1. And we wanted to start out with kind of a fun one. So we're going to talk about our most embarrassing stories that we've got.
Which I have a lot. So my office makes fun of me because I can write a book about this. So I try to narrow it down.
And writing a book, I wouldn't even call some of those stories embarrassing. I would call them just like they're straight Jadeisms. This just like the world that only Jade lives in, where she got some funny stuff on her.
I thank my mama for that. 'Cause I used to think she was crazy in real estate, and then I got into it, and she might not have been as crazy as I thought. So.
Like, I got it now. I understand.
But
so
all right,
you go first.
All right. So I have 2 that I was going to talk about. The first one, I was going to a walkthrough, final walkthrough right before closing. I don't really like to bring my kids to stuff, but sometimes you just have to. And at this time, I just had Reese, and she was probably about the same age as Mac, like 10 months. And so, super cute girl that I was buying a condo. We went into the condo. We're doing the walkthrough, and we're just staying in the kitchen chatting. And for some reason, I thought I should sit down on the bar stool that was at the bar. So Reese and I sat down, and then we both crumbled to the ground. Like, the bar stool broke into it broke into like 15 pieces.
No.
I saved Reese did not fall. But yeah, so I don't even know what I was wearing. If I was like in a skirt or something, because it was summer. But yeah.
So what did the client do? Do you remember what the client did?
We laughed. Like, we're
just like looking at each other like,
yeah.
What do you do?
And now she referred me a client that I have right now, and that client's cursed too, because every time I do something with her, we're a mess. Like, we had a cicada like in the kitchen, like pop out of her clothes, and we're both like screaming. So I'm like, this woman thinks I'm nuts. So yeah, just followed me. So that's my one.
That's funny.
I'll tell you my other in a minute.
Okay. So my first and funniest story is where I was out showing houses, pretty young in the game, and I was so busy that day. I was just like boom, 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 appointment after appointment, and I'm driving up this road, and more or less, if you live in the Northern Kentucky area, you would know what I'm talking about, but it's down in Independence, and you have houses on the side of the road. It's kind of a main road, and there's not many like regimented driveways. It's just kind of you pull off to the house, okay? I pull off to the house that I'm going to go show. I'm waiting there for like 30 minutes. My client, he's running late, so he texts me, we shift the appointment, everything's, just blowing up. And I'm just sitting there waiting, and this person, who I assume is the seller, comes out of the house and comes like knocking on the window. And I was like, oh, I'm here for the appointment that was whatever, at 11:30, he's running a little bit late. We were the one that just rescheduled. And she's like, this is private property. You are trespassing. And I was like, you're selling your home. I don't know what you're talking about. And she's like, that's the house that's for sale. I literally pulled in and waited for 30 plus minutes in the wrong driveway. And this, not
Was your buyer like sitting in that driveway?
He was calling me. He was like, hey, I just pulled up. And I was like, I don't see you. Are you in the right spot? No. Totally me. I needed to go across the street. But it wasn't like an easy, like, boom, boom. No. Remember the whole, like, you just pull off into the driveway thing? It was down the way, turn around, be late for the appointment. The seller ended up still being at that house. They were mowing the grass and weed eating and all this other kind of stuff as we were walking through.
So. Not gonna lie, I've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
Like, that was before mom. That was being a mom. I did it like a couple months ago.
Yeah. It's amazing. I never knew getting into real estate how many times you would go to the wrong house. I probably couldn't count.
The one time I did it, they at least both had signs in the yard. I just
That's
did the
true,
wrong
yeah.
one.
That's true.
All right, so I would think my all-time mom moment would be, all right, so I think this was with Reagan, so my second kid, but I breastfed my girls and boy for quite a bit of time. Nothing crazy, but a year. And so with work in real estate, you have an office. I had a room to go to, but I mean, I would pump in all kinds of places. So a lot of times my car, I had a little cover. I always like dresses, and then in the summertime that's hard, so I pack my shorts so I could just pull my shorts on and pull my dress up. I mean, I had the whole system down. So
yeah, you were like ready to go. Whenever I was trying breastfeeding, that was just not how it went ever.
Yeah, so I could do that in any place. So I remember I had some appointments and I had a big break, and I was like, all right, well, I need a pump. So where am I going to pump? I'm in Campbell County, like kind of another situation, kind of out there. No place that I know that I could pull in and go inside. So I'm like, I'll just do it in my car. So I pull in this gas station, and I just pull up, and I get situated, and then, you've got 20 minutes, at least, and I'm not a long pumper, so I'm like, about 20 minutes. So I'm on my phone, I'm in my, us on our phones, I'm like this, I don't know what I'm reading, doing, watching, I don't know. And all of a sudden, I'm just pumping away, and I look up, and the cashier's on one side, and another man's on the other side, and they're both staring at me like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, they think I overdosed. Like in the gas station parking lot, because I'm like, oh no, I'm pumping, I'm sorry, like I'm sorry.
You're literally sitting there strapped up.
Yeah.
We all know, like as moms, you probably have some concept of like what breastfeeding looks like, what pumping looks like. So you're literally strapped up out to here.
This is before Freemies and like all those like pocket ones that go in. Like, no, I don't have any of those. I had like the pump. And unfortunately, the poor guy just wanted to put air in his tire, and I had parked in the spot to do that. And I didn't realize. And I'm like, oh crap, I could have just pulled over there and they, but yeah. I was like, no, I didn't overdose in the gas station parking lot.
Oh my gosh.
So that was one of my funny ones. We did put out a feeler on social media asking people to tell us their moment.
Yes, we did.
And we had a friend of ours, she's actually a friend of both of ours, comment. So you want to tell them that story?
Yeah, so she shared the story with the both of us, and essentially she was 8.5 months pregnant. Her job required her to go kind of on work trips, more or less, and she was walking through a metal detector. Well, she was wearing heels that she needed to take off. Well, her feet were so swollen and she was so pregnant that she had to get her older male coworker to take the heel off so that she could walk through the metal detector. She said that she was mortified. There was nothing you could have done any different, but it just was what it was. And I guess they're a little bit closer now for it.
Okay, so if I think that's who it is, that's not the story she told me. So she has another one.
Oh my gosh. Okay, you tell that one.
Okay, because I thought it was funny. So she already had the baby, and she was breastfeeding as well. Anytime you breastfeed, you're going to have a lot of things, I think.
You're totally going to have a lot of stories.
So she works in an industry that's male dominant, and she is presenting with her male coworker a presentation for a bunch of people, and not until afterwards did she realize that she had been leaking on both boobs. And, yeah, I thought that's the one she told you. I'm like,
she just got a bunch of these. We should have just kept her going.
No. She might be our next guest.
Yeah, we need to bring her on.
Yeah,
male-dominated whole situation. Yeah, that would be. She'd be a perfect guest.
I thought that was the same one she was going to tell you.
Oh my gosh. No, that's so funny. Obviously, we did not talk about this prior to. Like, it's so much funnier when it just, boom, right here. Here it is. So, in the grand scheme of things, being a mom in business is difficult. It has its own challenges, but it's also very rewarding. And it's our goal with this podcast to give you some of the stories and some of the motivation and maybe some of the why and how that we've been doing it. Not that we're just the end all be all. We got it all figured out.
Oh no, we're not sugarcoating it because we don't.
That ain't true.
Yeah, my neighbor told me my dark circles under my eyes yesterday. So you look tired. I'm like, I'm always tired.
What was that reel that I showed you the other day or whatever? It was like, if you don't put your makeup on, you look tired. If you put your makeup on, it's who'd you get dressed up for?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What do you got going on today? You did your hair.
Yeah. It's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Totally the mom bun. I almost rocked that this morning. But we're hoping to be able to share some of these so that we can kind of laugh about it, and then also have some guests on so that we can get their stories and kind of get their feedback on how they've been successful or not successful being a mom in business. And so if you've got anything pressing that you're like, I want to get this out there, I want to talk about this, I want to be on the show with you all, I have a great story, I have whatever it is, we would love for you to reach out to us. Comment below, shoot us a DM at Alice_Kaufman. And then Jade, I don't know your handle off the top of my head. Do you know your handle?
I don't either.
Okay, well just Google Jade Redden and you'll find her. She's great.
I'm the old man. Oh,
I'm the old man.
I'm the old mom.
So just reach out to us and let us know that you've got something cool that you want to share. You have a trouble or struggle that you are dealing with that you would like us to potentially help solve. What do you?
All right. That's our first Moms in Business.
So here we go.
Yep.
Here's to many more.
I only drank half of it.
We're doing good. Here we go. We're just gonna get this thing started like this. How do you get this going?
We're not going to tell you what time of day it is.
Nope, you don't need to know that. No. What if we break something? We got a lot of stuff in here for me to be breaking stuff. Maybe I won't. All right. Cheers to podcast number 1.
All right, Jade's on video. And I'm not doing that without having a drink.